What pops into your head when you hear the word success? A red carpet, a fat bank account, maybe a trophy wife, or a husband who golfs? We all have these images, these shiny pre-packaged ideas of what it means to make it. But what's the reality behind those filtered Instagram posts and perfectly scripted acceptance speeches? Is success really about the destination, or is there something more to the journey? Let's be honest, we've all fallen for it. The myth of the overnight success. We see that entrepreneur who made millions from an app idea, or the musician who skyrocketed to fame with a single viral video. It's easy to look at these stories and think, wow, they just got lucky. But here's the catch. Luck rarely acts alone. Imagine that viral video. Sure, it blew up overnight, but what we don't see are the years of practice, the countless gigs at dive bars, the constant honing of their craft that led to that one magical moment. What about the countless demos sent to record labels, the rejections, the self-doubt? It's like watching a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat. We're amazed by the result, but we don't see the hours of practice, the failed attempts, the sheer dedication that went into perfecting that illusion. Success is often like that, a carefully orchestrated performance that makes the difficult look effortless. They understand that true success is a marathon, not a sprint. So if it's not all about luck, then what is it about? Is there a magic formula, a secret handshake, a guaranteed path to the winner's circle? Well, I'm not about to sell you snake oil. The truth is, success is a complex cocktail with ingredients that vary depending on the individual and the goal. But there are some common threads that weave their way through almost every success story. One of the most significant? Hard work. I'm talking about the relentless, day in, day out dedication that separates the dreamers from the doers. Think of it like building a house. You need a blueprint, a vision, the right tools, skills and knowledge, and the materials, resources and support. But none of that matters if you're not willing to put in the sweat equity to lay the foundation, brick by brick, day after day. It's about having the grit to get back up, dust yourself off, and try again, even when the going gets tough. Let's rewind the clock to the dawn of the 20th century. Picture two brothers, Wilbur and Orville Wright, tinkering away in their bicycle shop in Dayton, Ohio. They weren't mechanics, they weren't engineers. They were high school dropouts with a dream to conquer the skies. Everyone thought they were crazy. Man will never fly, they said. But the Wright brothers didn't listen to the naysayers. They were fueled by an insatiable curiosity, a burning desire to achieve the impossible. They devoured every scrap of knowledge they could find on aerodynamics. They built countless prototypes. They crashed a lot. But with each failure, they learned, they adapted. They got back up and tried again. Years of relentless experimentation, of battling skepticism and setbacks, finally culminated in that historic day at Kitty Hawk in 1903. Their story is a testament to the power of relentless pursuit, of refusing to accept the limitations imposed by others. Fast forward to the 20th century and land in rural Mississippi. A young Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty and facing unimaginable hardship, dared to dream of a brighter future. Her journey is a masterclass in resilience and the transformative power of hard work. From a young age, Oprah faced adversity head-on, but instead of allowing her circumstances to define her, she used them as fuel. She excelled in school, discovered a passion for communication, and landed a job in radio while still a teenager. Her natural talent was undeniable, but it was her work ethic that set her apart. From local news anchor to talk show host to media mogul and philanthropist, Oprah's ascent is a testament to the power of unwavering belief in oneself. She didn't just overcome adversity, she shattered glass ceilings and redefined what it means to be successful on her own terms. Now, let's zoom into the 21st century and land in Silicon Valley, where a certain Elon Musk is busy disrupting industries left and right. From electric cars to space exploration, Musk seems to defy the odds, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with almost reckless abandon. But behind the audacious goals and the larger-than-life persona lies a relentless work ethic that borders on legendary. Musk is notorious for his 100-hour work weeks, his relentless pursuit of innovation, and his willingness to take risks that would make most CEOs break out in a cold sweat. Love him or loathe him, there's no denying Musk's impact. He's not just building companies, he's building the future, one ambitious project at a time. But Musk's story also highlights a crucial point. Hard work isn't just about clocking in hours, it's about working smart, about surrounding yourself with brilliant minds, and about fostering a culture of relentless innovation. Okay, so we've established that hard work is important. But let's be real, sometimes it feels like the universe has other plans, right? Like when your friend from college trips and stumbles into their dream job while you're meticulously crafting the perfect resume. Or that musician who gets discovered because they happen to be playing at the same dive bar the night a famous producer wandered in. It makes you wonder, does being in the right place at the right time trump all that blood, sweat and tears? This is where things get a little slippery. Because the truth is, luck does play a role in success, but it's not as simple as winning the cosmic lottery. Think of it like this. Hard work is like planting a seed. You need fertile ground, opportunity, sunlight, timing, and water, a bit of luck, for it to flourish. Let's take the example of that serendipitous job offer. Sure, your friend might have gotten lucky with the timing, but were they also actively networking, putting themselves out there, and honing their skills? Chances are, their lucky break was the result of a series of choices and actions that positioned them for success. It's about recognizing that luck often favors the prepared. Remember that story about the musician discovered in a dive bar? Let's rewind that tape a bit. Imagine this. A young musician, we'll call her Anna, has been gigging around town for years, honing her craft, building a following, and pouring her heart into every performance. She's good, really good, but success hasn't exactly come knocking. One rainy Tuesday night, she's playing to a nearly empty bar, feeling a bit discouraged. She almost cancels, thinking, what's the point? But she rallies, telling herself, one never knows who might be in the audience. Unbeknownst to Anna, a renowned music producer is in town for a conference. He's tired of the stuffy after-parties and craves some authentic live music. He stumbles upon the dive bar, drawn in by Anna's soulful voice. The rest, as they say, is history. Now, was it luck that brought the producer to that specific bar on that particular night? Absolutely. But was it also luck that Anna had spent years perfecting her craft, building a reputation, and showing up even when it felt like no one was watching? Not a chance. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The things we can't control. What about those who are born with natural talents, a silver spoon, or access to opportunities that others can only dream of? Is success simply a matter of winning the genetic or geographical lottery? This is where things get a bit more complex. There's no denying that some people are dealt a better hand than others. Natural talent, a supportive upbringing, and access to resources can undoubtedly pave the way for success. But it's important to remember that privilege doesn't negate the need for hard work, nor does it guarantee success. The point is, while we can't control where we come from or the hand we're dealt, we can control how we play our cards. We can choose to focus on what we can control, our effort, our attitude, our willingness to learn and grow, and use those to navigate the inevitable challenges and inequalities that life throws our way. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. We've heard the stories, we've seen the examples, but what does science have to say about all this? Is success really just a matter of good old-fashioned hard work? Or is there more to the equation? Well, it turns out that scientists are just as fascinated by success as we are. And they've spent decades studying the ingredients that go into achieving it. One of the most compelling areas of research is the study of grit. In the scientific world, grit is defined as passion and perseverance for long-term goals. And guess what? Research has shown that grit is a stronger predictor of success than things like IQ, talent, or even social intelligence. Now, you might be thinking, okay, grit is important, but what about that famous 10-0-0-0 hour rule? You know, the idea that if you practice something for 10,000 hours, you'll become an expert? Does that mean success is just a numbers game? Well, not so fast. While the 10,000 hour rule has become a cultural phenomenon, the truth is a bit more nuanced. The idea originated from research by psychologist Anders Ericsson, who studied elite violinists. He found that the most accomplished musicians had indeed clocked in an average of 10,000 hours of practice by the time they were 20 years old. However, the key takeaway here isn't just about the number of hours, but the of practice. Ericsson emphasized the importance of deliberate practice, which involves setting specific goals, focusing intensely on areas for improvement, seeking feedback, and stepping outside of one's comfort zone. So, while putting in the hours is essential, it's not just about mindlessly repeating the same thing over and over again. So, if it's not just about talent or the number of hours we log, what else is at play? This is where things get really interesting, because it turns out that our mindset, our beliefs about ourselves and our abilities plays a crucial role in our success. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck has dedicated her career to studying mindsets, and her research has revolutionized the way we think about achievement. Dweck identifies two main mindsets: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that intelligence and talent are fixed traits. They're born with a certain amount of ability, and that's that. They tend to avoid challenges, give up easily when faced with setbacks, and see effort as a sign of weakness. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that intelligence and talent can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. And guess what? Dweck's research has shown that people with a growth mindset are more likely to achieve at higher levels, persevere through difficulties, and reach their full potential. Section 1. The why behind the work fueling the fire within. Let's be honest, hard work for the sake of hard work can feel like a recipe for burnout. Sure, we can power through for a while on sheer willpower, but eventually that well runs dry. To truly thrive in the marathon of success, we need something more potent than discipline. We need purpose. Think about the most driven, passionate people you know. Chances are, they're not just going through the motions. They have a fire in their belly, a deep-seated why that fuels their efforts. They're not just working hard. They're working towards something meaningful, something that resonates with their values and aspirations. This sense of purpose acts like an internal compass, guiding our choices, energizing our efforts, and helping us stay the course when faced with inevitable challenges. It's the difference between feeling like we to work and feeling like we to work, between dragging ourselves out of bed and leaping out with a sense of purpose. So, how do we tap into this wellspring of motivation? It starts with self-reflection. What are we passionate about? What impact do we want to make on the world? What legacy do we want to leave behind? These aren't just fluffy self-help questions. They're the keys to unlocking our inner drive. Section 2. The belief barrier. How self-doubt can sabotage success. We've all been there, haven't we? That nagging voice in our heads whispering doubts, feeding insecurities, and urging us to play it safe. It's the voice of self-doubt, and it can be a powerful saboteur, even when we're armed with talent, grit, and a clear sense of purpose. Self-doubt can manifest in countless ways, from imposter syndrome, the feeling of being a phony despite evidence of our accomplishments, to fear of failure, the paralyzing dread of not measuring up. It can lead us to downplay our achievements, shy away from challenges, and even self-sabotage our own success. The insidious thing about self-doubt is that it often disguises itself as rationality. It tells us we're being realistic, practical, or even humble when, in reality, it's holding us back from reaching our full potential. It's like having a handbrake on our dreams, preventing us from accelerating towards our goals. So how do we overcome this internal barrier? It starts with recognizing self-doubt for what it is, a thought pattern, not a reflection of our true capabilities. We can challenge those negative thoughts, reframe our perspectives, and focus on building our self-efficacy, the belief in our ability to succeed. Section 3. Reframing failure from roadblock to stepping stone. Let's face it, failure is an inevitable part of the human experience. Whether it's a botched presentation, a rejected job application, or a project that crashes and burns, we're all going to face setbacks on the road to success. The question is, how will we respond? Our relationship with failure can make or break us. Those with a fixed mindset tend to see failure as a reflection of their worth, a sign that they're not good enough. This can lead to a fear of taking risks, a reluctance to step outside of their comfort zone, and ultimately, a stagnation of growth. On the other hand, those with a growth mindset view failure as an opportunity for learning and growth. They see setbacks not as dead ends but as detours, as valuable feedback that can help them course correct and ultimately achieve their goals. This isn't about glorifying failure or pretending it doesn't sting. It's about reframing our perspective, shifting from a place of self-blame and shame to a place of curiosity and learning. It's about asking ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this setback as a stepping stone towards my goals? Section 1. The Success Mythbuster. It's not what you think. So after diving into the nitty-gritty of success, after dissecting the roles of hard work, luck, mindset, and everything in between, where do we land? What's the verdict on this elusive thing we call success? Well, it turns out, success isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. It's not a destination we arrive at with a perfectly stamped passport. It's a journey, a constantly evolving process shaped by our individual choices, efforts, and yes, even a sprinkle of serendipity. We've debunked the myth of overnight success, revealing the hidden hours of toil and resilience behind those seemingly effortless triumphs. We've explored the crucial role of hard work, not as mindless hustle, but as passionate dedication fueled by a clear sense of purpose. And we've acknowledged the hand of luck, not as a cosmic lottery ticket, but as a force that often favors the prepared mind and the persistent spirit. We've learned that while privilege can provide a head start, it's ultimately our choices, our efforts, and our mindsets that determine how far we'll go. Section 2. Rewrite your success story. You're the author. As tempting as it is to measure success by external markers like wealth, fame, or accolades, we've discovered that true fulfillment lies in defining success on our own terms. It's about aligning our actions with our values, pursuing our passions with relentless zeal, and making a meaningful impact on the world around us. It's about embracing the journey with all its messy imperfections, celebrating the small victories along the way, and viewing setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities for growth and learning. It's about cultivating a growth mindset that empowers us to embrace challenges, persist through adversity, and never stop reaching for our full potential. So, as you navigate the exhilarating, and let's be honest, sometimes daunting path towards your own version of success, remember this. You are the author of your own story. You get to decide what success looks like, feels like, and means in the grand tapestry of your life. Don't be afraid to dream big, to set audacious goals, and to pursue them with unwavering passion and dedication. Embrace the hard work, seek out opportunities, and never underestimate the power of a little bit of luck. But most importantly, never stop believing in your ability to achieve extraordinary things. The world is waiting for your story. Go write it,